Happy crafters, this is Claudia again with White Sugar Designs, and today I am working on a very unique and special traveler's notebook. This is my very own traveler's notebook, and what I mean by that is one that I designed and created myself. You see the little planner page there? That's another thing that makes this journal so different. I created it specifically for travelers and for people who travel and for vacations and things like that. We always end up with tons and tons of photos, and so if we're gonna document your days and your vacation, I feel that we need the extra space. So that's the reason why that's what I had in mind when I created this traveler's notebook. And also that little planner page, that's what I call it, I also designed that and added it to the journal because when you're traveling, especially if you're a planner girl, and I am, so you can write down, you can talk about the weather and your plans for the following day. We all do that when we travel. We are, want to know where we're going, what we're doing, what times, and things like that. And so that little page there is to help out with that. So when I first designed it, I added some, can you see that water or distress look to the pages? I decided that I personally don't like that. After I did it, I thought, you know what, I should have made it with plain pages, and I decided just to create another one. So I do offer both kinds in my Etsy shop, one with that distress look and the little globes there on the bottom, because since it's a world traveler, I thought that having some little images on the pages would be kind of nice. Like I said, I personally like the pages plain. These have a grid pattern or grid lines for when we do our journaling. We always have to have some sort of a guideline so it can help us write straight. I collected some of the photos that I wanted to use, and I printed several, as you can see there. I'm actually on the hunt for a new printing company for my photos. Costco is just not cutting it anymore. The color editing, whatever they're using, is just not producing the right colors on my photos. So actually my home printer did a much better job. So now I'm moving on to the title of the page, and I feel now that stamping these the stamps that you can see there by, my gosh, I can't read, Avery L, right? I will have links obviously to everything that you see here, but so when it comes to titles, this seems to be my best solution, because although stickers are much easier, you run out, and I always run out and I never have enough. So using these little alpha stickers just worked out great for me. I didn't want to have you go through the whole process of me cutting them out, so I skipped all of that. This place, oops, did I even talk about where we are? I'm sure you can figure it out. Last summer we went to the Grand Prismatic. I'm sorry, we went to Yellowstone. The Grand Prismatic is this specific day. So we went to Yellowstone last summer, and I created another journal to document this amazing trip. So I knew I was going to use the World Traveler, this one here, and I also made a junk journal. The junk journal is going to focus only on, photos of course, but it's going to focus on memorabilia that we gather on the trip. Some stickers or postcards, receipts, and I even grabbed brochures and magazines that they have at the resorts, and I cut those up and I used some of their images and even some journaling. Some of these places have some amazing history, and it just makes it easy to cut out these little magazines that are already giving you all the information for you to add, to your pages. As you can also see, I'm using kind of large photos for this specific day. The scenery it's what's telling you the best story. So I wanted to use larger photos, and you know me, I'm all about the photos. That's the whole point of scrapbooking, right? Is about the photos, about telling you a story, and also about the journaling. There are some things that happen on our trip that I cannot document in a photo. So that's when the journaling comes in. My kids sometimes are so hilarious, and they make fun of me whenever I say something silly or I transpose my words, and we have such a laugh about it that sometimes I document it. So, and that's what the journaling is for. So there you kind of got a little glimpse of that, the little planner page. You'll see it there when I work on that left side. But first, I guess I'm gonna add, let's see, I don't know, I can't remember what I did next. So I'm gonna add the title there. One thing that I did to make this whole process on working on this specific project easier is I got a 12 by 12 clear box, those boxes from Michael's, and I gather all the things that I wanted to use in this project. So my paper pads, anything that I collected from the trip itself, I got it and added it to that, to that container. So whenever I work on it, I just pull the container out and it holds everything that I could possibly use to work on the project. Like I said, I'm working simultaneously on this one and the junk journal. Some of the images and some of those little die cuts, I created them myself. I went online and found some just free images. Some are just stamps, and Kelly Perky is one of my favorites when it comes to stamps that deal with a travel theme. Most of what you will see here, the words themselves, came from one of those sticker sheets. Not sticker sheets, stamp sheets from her, or stamp kits, whatever you want to call them. So like I said, I used larger photos for this layout, and the one up there is actually a postcard. I'm sure you already saw that and you figured that out. And by having all my supplies ready to go, it kind of makes it easy. The process is to look for things and things that match. So I bought a large paper pad that came with stickers. I bought everything that was related, that went with the collection. And I can't remember, I think it might be I think it's Echo Park. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll have a list of all the supplies at the end. So I'm working on the background on this photo here, and I just created these little banners just to add, more color. Everything that I've selected for the color scheme for the page comes from the postcard with that beautiful orange. You can also see that little planner page right there on the left. It has a little calendar, so you can talk about that specific day. You can just circle and write in the month and the day and the date. You can talk about the weather. There's a spot for notes, and then 3 different sections for morning planning, afternoon, and evening activities. So you can write, kind of your itinerary for the day. So this is actually my 4th try doing this voiceover. I don't know why this always happens, but I want to clear my throat. I want to cough. I sound raspy, like I'm sick, or at least it feels like it to me. And I'm telling you, it is so frustrating. I don't know, why does that happen? So getting back to the project, guys, because that's what we're here for, right? See, there goes my voice again. Oh my gosh. So I'm using these die cuts, and these, it's a set. It came with, 7 or 6 different words in the die cut set, and these are by Tim Holtz. Destination, expedition, journey, discover. I think there's 2 more. So I die cutted a few of them in different colors because I knew they were going to work perfect with the theme of this specific theme of travel. And that little pen there, I use it probably most of my videos. You guys see me using that, and that's the one by EK Success. That and those little tweezers. A lot of people have been asking me about my scissors and what I use to fussy cut. And one tip that I can give you that I have found useful is to find scissors that have the very pointy tips. I don't know, it just kind of helps. Obviously, also the smaller the scissors, the better coordination. So I am using this larger photo there. It's the square one. It's 4x4, I believe. It's all about the scenery with this layout, so I felt that the larger photos will be best to show, you know, the beautiful place. And who am I kidding? Every place in Yellowstone is absolutely gorgeous. And so I'm creating kind of a pocket. I know I do this all the time, so you guys know that. But the journaling is not going to be hidden 100%. It's just those tags, I want them to just kind of stick out from behind the photo. That's also the cool thing about this journal. It does have a lot of space, which allows you to add more photos. But if you want to add more photos, you still need space for your journaling. So you can use the photos for pockets or add a pocket so that you can do both. So that's, again, the one cool thing about it. It helps you add more photos and more space for journaling. So I made that tag, and I think in the end I'm not gonna end up using it, even though it does match the colors. I kind of had a hard time finding a third one that would stand out behind the white background. So the Grand Prismatic, when we went on one day and it was cold, and because there's so much heat coming out of the ground, it was very foggy and we were not able to see the actual boiling water and that amazing color, which you can see the photo I took from the left, on the left side. So we had to go back a second day when the weather was a lot nicer and we were able to grab some more beautiful photos. So I'm attaching the title now, and as I've given you this little tip before, if you are working with a word and you want to center it on your page, you start from the centered letter. So with regards to the word grand, I started with the A and worked my way to the left and then to the right, so that makes sure everything is centered. Now the prismatic word, because it was going to use up that whole entire area, it didn't matter. I started from the left side and worked my way to, I started on my right side and worked my way to the left. So this paper is so pretty. It's double-sided, and that's awesome because that gives you twice the amount of choices. A lot of these words that you see here, the little embellishments that I'm using, they are from a stamp set by Kelly Perky. She has amazing stamp sets specifically for traveling. And her wording, which is the one thing I love, it's words that are related, things that we use all the time. Sometimes I find some stamp sets that there's some writing on them that I just don't know how I would use it. But her stamps are very cool. I really liked her stamps. So I'm adding another one of those little die cut words, but this time I get a little fancy and I twist the words to kind of form that arch around the mountains there. I thought that was kind of cool. And then I just add a few more little embellishments. I'm going to be coming to the end here, guys. I wanted to say thanks for stopping by. I will have a list of all the supplies that I've used. And if you have any questions, let me know. I will do my best. I also want to say thank you for all your amazing questions, amazing and sweet comments. This is why I do it, because I feel that you guys want to see and that you are finding inspiration and you are finding some creative juices for your own projects. So thank you so much. If obviously, if no one's watching, why would I be doing it, right? So thanks again for that. That is my awesome love that journal. You'll see it. I'm going to close it up. It's kind of tidy. It's getting chunky. I am halfway done through it. But for some reason, well, maybe it's because I'm comparing it to the junk journal. The junk journal has stuff coming out all over it, and that's what makes that one very interesting. But this one, obviously the fold out pages, it's what makes it stand out. I will have close-ups at the end, you guys, so that you can see a little bit more details. If you have any other questions, let me know. I hope you get your crafty wiggles out today or sometime this week. Until next time, bye.